Children are very possessive about their toys. They love to play with them. They get happier when their parents, grandparents, or adults give them new toys. But this happiness can turn to tears shortly if the toy is dangerous or defective and causes illness or injury to the little kiddo. With that said, you're going to be shown the 10 kids' toys that can be extremely harmful to your loving child. Keep watching the video to discover. Number 10. Hoverboards. Many reports of hoverboard injuries include brain injuries, broken bones, fractures, and falls. Children under 13 are not authorized to ride hoverboards because they are reckless, immature, and have poor decision-making skills. The good news is that children above 13 can ride hoverboards. They're less likely to get injured if they wear protective gear and supportive shoes, but there have been many deaths recorded due to the use of hoverboards. Luckily, no one died riding these hoverboards, but between 2017 and 2019, 4 people who were under 18 died in a house fire caused by a hoverboard that was left on charging and ultimately caught fire. Number 9. Toy guns. Toy guns bring enthusiasm and excitement to children. Children of today's times love to play with guns. They consider themselves an army man who's killing the traitors. Sounds positive, right? But in actuality, there are potential drawbacks to giving your kid toy guns. Some toy guns are so realistic that some people mistake them for real. They speculate that the child is playing with the actual weapon and call the police immediately. This can not only put your child in trouble, but also affect your reputation negatively. Secondly, a child does not have any idea about what is right and wrong. When he continuously plays with toy guns, he'll not consider their use wrong when he grows up. An 11th grader died while being confronted by the police who was apparently pointing an AK-style rifle at a car. He was actually holding a toy rifle, but police, being totally oblivious, fired 12 shots that ultimately killed the young man. On investigation, the victim was found to be a boy holding a toy gun. Number 8. Easy Bake Ovens. Easy Bake Ovens are still available in the market. Kids use them to make miniature cakes and cookies. Hasbro is the popular version of this toy. This toy has a kitchen stove, a mock stovetop, and a front-loading oven. The oven had a tendency to trap the fingers of children. There were many reports regarding the hands or fingers of kids caught in an oven, leading to third-degree or second-degree burns from the hot coil. Before recall in 2007, nearly 1 million of Easy Bake Ovens were sold. Number 7. Trampolines. You might feel confused about how trampolines can be dangerous. Well, hit the like button to find out. You may have seen trampolines in the backyard of many families. During the COVID-19 pandemic, trampolines became more common. Kids love jumping on trampolines, releasing energy and relaxing. Parents also encourage this activity as it's helpful in the motor development of children. But here, we have to find out whether the benefits of trampolines outweigh the risks. To your surprise, there were almost 1 million trampoline injuries recorded between 2002 and 2011. There is a reasonable cause behind trampoline injuries. There have been many cases in which a child was recklessly jumping on a trampoline and lost his balance and fell down so hard he had a brain injury that cost them their lives. In the worst cases, kids can become paralyzed or brain damaged from trampoline accidents. They may even die from trampoline injuries. The smaller a child is, the more chances he'll get injuries. Number 6. Sky Dancers. Ask 1990s girls, they would probably have heard of the Sky Dancer toys. Sky Dancer toys are actually fairy dolls that stand on a tiny pedestal-like object. There's a long string attached to it. The doll spins into the air like a helicopter whenever kids pull the string. Although it looks beautiful and dainty, it is also dangerous at the same time. These dolls hit people, causing several injuries ranging from temporary blindness, scratched corneas, mild concussion, chipped teeth, facial lacerations, and broken ribs. There have been 170 instances of the dolls injuring toddlers and adults, resulting in 150 injuries. Number 5. Bindies. Bindies is tiny colored plastic beads that kids can arrange in designs. This toy was also marketed as Beados, Aquabeads, Pixis, and Aquadots. Bindies were fun before they were subjected to a multinational product recall when a Chinese toy company, Wankui Product Factory, manufactured them using cheap chemicals. It was made up of a pharmacologically active sedative prodrug rather than a safer chemical stated by the designers. Children who ingested the beads were hospitalized. 2 children also became unconscious. After that, Bindies was marketed with safer replacements. Number 4. Lawn darts. Lawn darts are also known as jarts. They were banned in 1988 for valid reasons. Although playing with a dart could be easier and more fun, you just have to stand far from a targeted place on your lawn and then lob the darts at the target from a distance. But this was a hazardous activity. A toy with a needle at the end of it is very dangerous. You might think it's fun, but it's very dangerous. A little 7-year-old girl died after getting hit in the head by an incoming dart that was recklessly thrown in the air by her brother. After that, her father immediately filed a notice against the company, and before we know it, darts were banned. Number 3, magnetics. Many parents buy magnetic toys for their kids, speculating that these toys will improve their children's creativity, imagination, and spatial thinking ability. But unfortunately, these magnetic toys can be very harmful to kids when used incorrectly. First, the children can swallow magnetic parts, which can cause suffocation. Secondly, suppose the child swallows 2 or more magnets or other such objects like nickel, cobalt, etc. In that case, the magnet will attract the other magnet or ferromagnetic object, exerting pressure on the intestinal wall. It will ultimately cause intestinal obstruction or gastrointestinal perforation, proving to be life-threatening for a child. The magnetic object needs to be removed surgically, leaving permanent damage to the child's digestive tract. Number 2, clackers. A clacker comprises 2 tiny but heavy balls tied to a string. When kids whirl them around, a thunderous, ear-splitting clamp is produced that feels delightful to them. It is also called click-clacker, knicker-knacker, knickerbocker, and banger. A clacker is particularly dangerous if you get the original acrylic glass cracker that some kids can shatter easily. This toy became famous in the 1960s. There were millions of clackers sold by toy makers in the early 1970s. You can have an idea about the rage of clackers by the fact that a small province of Italy, Calcenatello, started hosting an annual clacker competition. But it was proven that these toys were hazardous and exploded frequently. Clackers were usually made up of metal or wood. Some clackers were also manufactured out of hard acrylic plastic. Now you must be thinking about how these toys are dangerous for kids. Actually, the material with which clackers were made is prone to shattering. Kids around the world were hit with busted acrylic plastic, which even led some of them to blindness. After it was strictly banned several times, manufacturers tried creating the toy with safer materials. Clackers are still available today with the claim that they no longer cause blindness if shattered. Number 1, atomic energy lab kit. Labeled as the most dangerous toy in the world, the U-238 Atomic Energy Lab included 4 uranium ores and 3 radiation sources. The uranium ores are also radioactive. The kit was sold in 1950 for the first time. It had a pamphlet on how to outlook uranium, an instruction booklet, and many tools that allowed kids to dive deep into the space of atomic chemistry. There were at least 150 experiments that could be done through Atomic Energy Lab Kit. It was excellent for budding Victor Frankenstein or little Lex Luthor of the house. The price for the kit was $49.50 at the time, which is around $530 today. So practically, it was for all these subordinated mad scientists with wealthy parents. One thing to notice, there weren't any girls on the packaging, indicating that only boys liked it. But kids of this era don't desire such complex toys. They even do not know what to do with the tools provided in the kit, so it's best for every human's safety. After knowing about 10 most dangerous kids' toys, tell us which you think is more harmful. Also, don't forget to smash the subscribe button to not miss any updates.